All right. Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Always exciting to dive into new tech.
Yeah, and today we're looking at, we're going through ArcBlock's January 2025 newsletter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it looks like they've been busy.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, so we're going to go through and highlight some of the most interesting things from it.
Sounds good.
So why don't we start with the featured articles? The interview with CEO Robert Mao is really interesting.
Yeah, I thought so too. He had some really thought-provoking stuff to say about decentralized AI.
Yeah, he thinks decentralized AI could, level the playing field in tech.
Right. Right now, it seems like only the big players can really get into the AI game.
Yeah.
But if we can decentralize it, then it could really be open to everybody.
Yeah, that's a pretty powerful idea.
It is.
Giving that power back to individuals and smaller organizations, it's kind of like...
Look, democratizing AI.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then ArcBlock also outlines their vision for 2025 in the newsletter. They're really focusing on a few key things like decentralized AI, of course, blockchain payments, and then just generally making their platform really developer-friendly.
Yeah, make it easy for people to build on their platform.
Exactly. And then they even have, specific projects in the works.
Yeah, they're walking the walk.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
What do you think about their strategy overall?
I think it's smart. They're targeting some really high growth areas.
Yeah.
And, focusing on the developers, that's huge. Because if the developers are happy and building cool stuff, that's good for everybody.
Right. That brings more users, and then
Exactly.
it kind of snowballs.
There's a thriving ecosystem.
And then there's one more article that really jumped out at me.
Oh, yeah.
ArcSphere.
Their decentralized web browser.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Yeah. We talk a lot about data privacy and control.
All the time.
And ArcSphere seems like it could be a big step forward in that area.
Right. It gives users more control over their data and their online experience.
Yeah. So how is it different from Chrome or Firefox or Safari?
Well, those traditional browsers, they rely on centralized servers, and they collect a lot of data about our browsing habits. But with ArcSphere, because it's built on blockchain and uses decentralized identity, your data is more secure and you have more control over who can access it.
Yeah. So it's a very different approach.
Completely different.
That sounds like it has a lot of potential, for people who care about privacy.
Absolutely.
It's a big deal.
It is.
Okay, so we've talked about ArcBlock's vision for the year, their new web browser. Now let's get into the actual product updates.
The nuts and bolts.
Yeah, because they've made a lot of changes.
They have. They've been busy.
Yeah, and these aren't just small tweaks. They're really addressing some of the challenges that developers and users face in the blockchain space.
Real problems.
Yeah. So let's start with DD domain. They've made it easier to buy and use domains, which is
huge.
Yeah, because
especially for decentralized identity.
I remember when I first got into this stuff, it was such a pain.
Yeah, not user-friendly at all.
No.
So making it easier, that just opens it up to a lot more people.
Right.
Yeah, it's crucial for adoption.
Okay, then there's Discuss Kit. They've added a new immersive auto-translation feature.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, imagine online communities where language isn't a barrier anymore.
No more language barriers. It's amazing.
Look pretty crazy.
Yeah, you can have people from all over the world collaborating, sharing ideas.
Yeah, it really opens up the possibilities.
It does.
All right, and then for developers specifically, Blocklet Server now supports progressive web apps.
Ooh, PWAs.
Yeah.
That means dApps can function more like native apps.
Right. It's a smoother, more engaging user experience.
Yeah, way better.
And that's important because you want people to actually use these dApps, right?
Exactly. Got to make them appealing.
Yeah. And then we have Payment Kit.
Okay.
Which has a new thing called SubGuard.
SubGuard. Interesting. What's that?
It basically makes sure that your subscription services continue uninterrupted.
Oh.
Even if there's a payment issue.
Oh, that's smart.
So, you don't have to worry about missing out on something because your credit card expired or something.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Right.
Yeah, it's annoying.
So it's a nice little quality of life improvement.
For sure.
And finally, the Blocklet store has streamlined their review process.
Okay.
So it's easier for developers to get their dApps listed.
That's good. Less bureaucracy.
Yeah. And it helps to create a more vibrant ecosystem.
Right. More dApps for everyone.
All right. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
ArcBlock's vision, the new web browser, all these product updates.
Yeah, they've been busy.
They've been busy. So let's move on to their community and ecosystem activities.
Okay, let's see what they're up to.
Yeah, because they're really emphasizing collaboration and engagement. So, for example, they're involved with the Decentralized Identity Foundation.
Oh, interesting.
Which is working to establish industry standards for digital identity.
That's important, right?
Yeah, super important for interoperability and getting more people to use it.
Yeah, if everything works together seamlessly, it's just better for everyone.
Exactly. And then they've also been doing some fun stuff.
Like what?
They had an NFT airdrop to celebrate the Snake Year
and
a New Year Carnival.
Fun.
Yeah, so they're really engaging with the community.
Yeah, building that sense of community.
Yeah, and they're constantly asking for feedback.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They want to hear from users and developers about what they like, what they don't like, what they want to see in the future.
That's a good sign. It shows they're listening.
Yeah, they're really trying to build something special here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Okay, so overall, based on this newsletter, what are your impressions of ArcBlock's progress and direction?
I'm really impressed. I think they're making significant strides in a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
And their vision for the future is really inspiring. They're not just building tech, they're building a whole ecosystem that empowers individuals and creates a more decentralized future.
I like that. That's a great way to put it. And there's still so much more to explore.
Oh, yeah. We've only scratched the surface.
Yeah. So in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to look at what's next for ArcBlock.
That's good.
Upcoming releases, podcasts, events, all that good stuff.
I can't wait.
It's going to be exciting. So stay tuned.
Right.
We'll be right back.
Sounds good. So are you ready to see what's next for ArcBlock?
Yeah. I'm always excited to see what they're working on.
Well, they've got some really interesting stuff coming up, like new features for the Blocklet store.
Oh, cool. What kind of features?
They didn't give too many details, but it sounds like they're making it easier for developers to publish and monetize their Blocklets.
That's good. Make it easier for the creators.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, that means more and better dApps for users.
Yeah, everybody wins.
And they're also planning some big improvements to their existing products.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, they specifically mentioned ANI, their AI network engine.
Right. The decentralized AI stuff.
Yeah, it seems like they're really doubling down on that.
So what are they actually doing with it?
They're expanding the capabilities of AGI-powered agents, which could lead to some really cool applications.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so imagine AI agents that can, handle tasks, analyze data, interact with each other, all autonomously and in a decentralized way.
Whoa, that's kind of blowing my mind.
Right. It's like the future is here.
It is.
And they're also working on expanding the AGI framework itself.
Making it even more powerful.
Yeah, more versatile, more possibilities for AI development.
It's exciting to see where they're going with this.
It is. They're really pushing the boundaries.
And it's not just about the tech, right? They're also really focused on community.
Oh, yeah. They've got plans for podcasts, events, all sorts of community engagement initiatives.
Cool. Like what kind of events?
They mentioned hosting discussions with leaders in the blockchain and AI space.
Oh, wow. That would be awesome.
Yeah, a chance to learn from the best.
And what about the community engagement stuff?
Well, they're encouraging everyone to share their ideas, give feedback, really be a part of shaping the future of ArcBlock.
I like that. It's like a collaborative effort.
Exactly, a community-driven project.
So that's pretty much everything from the What's Next section of the newsletter.
Yeah, they've got a lot going on.
They do. It's impressive.
It is. They're definitely a company to watch.
For sure. And for our listeners who want to learn more, we'll have links in the episode notes to their website, social media, all that good stuff.
And as always, we encourage you to keep exploring the world of decentralized technologies.
It's a fascinating space, and it's changing all the time.
Yeah, there's always something new to discover.
Okay, so that wraps up our deep dive into ArcBlock's January 2025 newsletter.
It was a good one.
It was. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
They're really building something bigger than just a company,
Yeah, it's like a movement almost.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes them so interesting to follow.
They're not just building products, they're building a whole new way of thinking about tech.
Right, and they're making it accessible to everyone.
Yeah, not just the techie people.
Exactly. It's like they want everyone to be a part of this decentralized future.
Exactly, and that brings me to a question I want to ask you, our listener.
Oh, okay, hit us with it.
So, thinking about ArcBlock's focus on decentralized AI, how could this tech empower people and communities in ways we haven't even thought of yet?
That's a good one. I mean, decentralized AI has the potential to change so much, like healthcare, education, finance.
Even governance.
Yeah, But it also brings up some big questions.
Oh, yeah, for sure, about ethics and control and who's responsible.
Exactly. We need to be having these conversations as a society.
Absolutely. It's crucial.
And it's exciting to see ArcBlock leading the way in this area.
Yeah, they're really pushing the boundaries.
So if you want to learn more about ArcBlock and what they're doing, check out the links in the episode notes.
You can find their website, social media, all that.
And we always encourage you to keep learning about decentralized technologies.
It's an amazing space, and it's constantly evolving.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
It went by fast.
It did. But thanks for joining us on this deep dive into ArcBlock.
Always a pleasure.
We'll be back soon with more explorations of the tech world.
Until then, keep exploring.
Keep learning and keep asking questions.